All right. 3 words I want you to consider. They are perception is reality. Here's what I mean by that, and here's what this means for you. Whatever other people perceive, to them, is their reality, right? So as people who persuade, as marketers, that's what we do for a living, right? We try to persuade people into doing stuff, usually to give us money, okay? Well, as people who try to persuade for a living, it's very important that we are able to control the perceptions of other people and therefore control the reality that they live in and that they experience. Now, here's why this is important and what this means to you. You've often heard me say, hopefully, if you've been paying attention, or maybe you're new or something and you've just come on board, but one thing I try to live by is this. You want to stand out from all of your competitors and you want to charge more money. One way to be able to charge more money is, of course, to have cooler stuff, right, and to provide more value. But essentially, if it's like physically impossible for you to provide more value, like the example I'm going to show you in a minute, you need to at least give the perception that you're providing more value. And the reason why is because perception is reality. So if your product is perceived as more valuable, then it is more valuable in the minds of the customer. Now, you'll notice lots of people in the marketing world are trying their best to create new realities for their lists and subscribers and customers. I'm one of those people, as a matter of fact. And I'm not trying to say I try to get away with providing less value so I can charge more, nor do I mean that you should try to do that. I'm just saying if it's physically impossible for you to make a cooler gizmo, you need to at least make it look like your gizmo is cooler. My gizmo actually is cooler. All right? But back to the perception of reality thing. What we want to do is we want to provide a unique experience for our buyers, customers, and prospects. It's the experience that they're really bonding with lots of times. And it's the experience that they're really buying a lot of the times, even more so than the thing, the widget. All right, it's the experience. If you've seen my core influence thing, you know that I talk a lot about the importance of experience that we have collectively and that our prospects have. And one example I like to use is the car. Right, a Ferrari, for example. You don't really buy the Ferrari because you want to get to from point A to point B quickly, even though you certainly can. You really want the experience of being in the Ferrari, and typically it would be that sense of significance you might experience from having everyone stare at you or whatever, you know, or being that status, that sense of status at least that you might experience from having the fancy car that no one else has, or whatever it means to you. That's what the Ferrari is really about, right? It's not about the pistons and the tires. It's about the experience. All right, so experience is where it's at, and whatever experiential, that's a word, perception that we can create for people, that's the reality that we create for them. So this is why, and on my blog, you see my videos are getting increasingly kind of more out there, right? I mean, I just had one with me on an electric skateboard, you know, and I've got the one about the naked dudes playing volleyball, and that's only going to get, you know, considerably more off the wall because I'm trying to provide this experience for people through my marketing. You'll notice John Reese with his Traffic Secrets 2.0 thing, lots of experiential stuff going on there, you know, with the whole upgrading to Web 2.0 in his first video that he sent out. It was beautiful. It was incredibly well done. You felt like you were at a movie, like you're really experiencing something, right? Same with Stompernet right now, right? Well, Stompernet now and forever. With all the videos they put out, it's just like you're in the middle of this blockbuster sci-fi thing going on, right? That's because they're going for this whole experience thing, and they want you to have this perception of that company being really huge and all-encompassing, because if you have that perception, that's your reality. So how can this apply to anything, right? Well, let's take something as completely mundane as credit cards. Now, let's think about what a credit card does. A credit card gives you the ability to walk into the store and say, I want that bag of chips, here's my credit card, I'll sign my name, thanks. That's all you get, right? Now, sure, you might get some variation in terms of, you know, I pay mine off every month, so I don't even know what I'm talking about here, the interest rate or whatever, right? So some might charge lower interest or higher interest or give you other bells and whistles for people who don't pay their balance off at the end of the month. But all in all, it comes down to money, right? I mean, really, you're just getting the ability to go in there, say, here's my card, give me the shit, okay? So that's all you get for a credit card. Now, why is it then that we've got levels of credit cards, right? So you'll have like your debit card, which would be the lowest level of credit card, and then you have like your platinum card, and then you might have your super exclusive card, like an American Express Black Card. I recently got 3 of them in the mail, the black cards, that is. Now, if you don't know about the black card thing, it's really ridiculous, actually, okay? It's a super exclusive card that the only way you can get it is you have to have spent $250,000 with American Express in the prior 12 months. You have to have good credit and all of that kind of stuff. Then they will bequeath unto you this card in exchange for a whole bunch of your money. And I've actually forgotten how much the money is. I think it's $5,000 up front and then $2,500 a year, or just $2,500 up front and $2,500 a year. Either way, it's ridiculous, right? So you're basically paying these, you're like sitting around hoping they'll give you this thing, okay? And then when you finally get the ability to have it, you have to pay them a bunch of money to have it. What do you get with it? Nothing. You get the ability to sign your name and say, I'd like the bag of chips, please. Here's my black card. Okay, but what else do you get in terms of perception and experience? All right, well, I'll take you back to the reason why I got one. It's maybe 2004, 2005. I'm in a mastermind meeting with John Reese and some other big fancy pants internet folks. My good friend Dean Jackson was there as well, as a matter of fact. And we start talking about this mythical black card. And John didn't have one. Okay, now I have this friendly yet competitive nature with John. Like, he had a big fancy Ferrari before I did, back when I gave a damn about that kind of thing. He hit $1 million day before I did, you know, and I was like, damn it, he doesn't have the black card. I know I've been spending a lot of money with American Express. I'm putting all my advertising on them. I'm going to get this damn black card before Reese gets it, and I'll finally win, you know? Screw you, Johnny. So I make it like my mission to get this stupid black card, right? So I can have it before Reese does, and I finally get the thing. Now, I want to stop you right there, okay? This gives you amazing insight into buyer psychology, especially affluent buyer psychology, and this is backed up, and incidentally, by Dan Kennedy's most recent book, as of this filming, the No BS, No Nonsense, Kick Butt, Kill Everybody or something, Guide to Selling to the Affluent. One thing that governs affluent buying decisions, aka the buying of stuff you don't really need, is whether or not the person getting it can lord it over his friends. Now, you think about it back to Ferraris, to race boats, and in many cases like my boat is bigger than your boat type of thing, right? That's what governs the decision. Well, in this case, I got the stupid card because Reese didn't have one of the damn things and I wanted to beat him, right? So that's reason A that I got it. All right, now back to this whole experience thing. I'm already building up this experience in my mind, like it's going to be something, right? Now, we all know that it's just a stupid credit card, okay? But again, perception is reality. So I want to show you now what comes in the mail and how American Express dresses up the fact that I've just gotten nothing other than a mere credit card and justifies their whatever it is, $5,000 initiation and $2,500 a year, or whatever it is, I don't even remember. So this is what comes. Now this thing arrives actually in a big white box, and you open up your big white box, and this is what's in there, and it says here, your business centurion card has arrived. Now look at this thing here, okay? This is what, a good 1.5 inches, 2 inches thick, big, heavy box of stuff. Okay, you would think that I just received like a prospectus for investing in AT&T or Apple or something. I mean, this is just a big old thing. All right, so you open it up, okay, and you immediately see the black tissue. All right, now when else do you open up a package and see tissue other than when you open up tissue paper, right? At Christmas, right, when you're getting a gift. There's a reason for that. Also, wedding invitations have the same sort of stuff. Packaging is important. This is all the management of buyer perception right now, the manipulation of buyer reality. All right, so I'm opening this thing up. I've got my black tissue as if I'm receiving a gift, and what do we see? First of all, this is what I got, the stupid card. Okay, now the card is titanium, which is irrelevant in terms of the functionality of the credit card, because actually it's a pain in the ass. You try to use one of these things at like the Apple store, for instance, it practically breaks their machine because it's this damn titanium. It's going to mess everything up. But that's cool. They get very excited about it being titanium. Now I'm also like getting the ability to be like hand it every 197th clerk I can hand it to, and they're like, ooh, black card, and you get a little bit of recognition, with that. But normally it's like a pain in the ass because it's titanium, and credit card machines aren't meant to read titanium. So then we open this thing up here, big black case, and I'll just go through this. This stuff is all essentially ways to give American Express more money disguised as benefits. All right, so this is give me more money disguised as benefits. Gosh, have you ever seen that before? It's called an upsell. It's called an upsell after the fact, also known as like a ride-along, where you stick something in the package that you got, which is like, congratulations on giving me some money. Here's your opportunity to give me some more money. Okay, so these are ways for me to give them more money disguised as benefits. Specifically, my being able to enroll in various bonus programs they have, which allows me to like get on other people's mailing lists, and then they can therefore sell my name and profit from that. I think, you know, I don't know. I don't work for American Express or anything, but that's my guess, right? And then, you know, I just get all this other stuff, right? Like the ability to give more people money, and then their companies are probably joint ventured with American Express, which is fine. I love it, right? I'm a marketer, I'm a salesman, I love a good pitch. So thing number one that's in here, you say I got the card, right? Zippity-doo-dah. Okay, then here's all my legal documents. You know, it's got a little silver sticker on there. No idea what the silver sticker is for, but it's got one, and you see it. It's shiny. You get a shiny thing. So I got a fancy-looking envelope. It says legal documents. It looks now as if I'm partaking in something, right? Like I've joined the club. It's almost like, welcome to the Illuminati. You know, here's your Illuminati welcome kit or whatever. So within here, legal documents, bunch of stuff, basically. Card agreement, zippity-doo-dah. Whatever, nothing important, right? Well, it probably is important in terms of like being a credit card agreement, but I just want to lay this on the table now, actually, just so you can really see what is included so far in the package. Okay, now you'll notice this is the other thing. This is like a velvety wool-ish material. It's probably wool, actually. And this is mellow calf skin stuff. I don't know how in the hell you'd put this in your back pocket. Maybe it's for a purse or something. But it's a little stick thingy, you know. It's a little thing that Amex probably spent $10 on or whatever in bulk. And that's a stick in the box. And of course I can stick my black card in here. And it's got my phone numbers where I could call, my Centurion member services, which incidentally are of course printed on the back of the card, but this is yet another thing they've given me. Now, this is an important lesson that I want you to notice. When it comes to big packages and managing perception, managing buyer perception, therefore managing buyer reality, stuff equals value. All right? I want you to write that down. Stuff equals value. The more stuff that you give someone, the more valuable it is perceived to be. Now, this isn't in any way my trying to tell you like you need to trick people into thinking your stuff's worth a damn when it's not. I'm just saying that if you're like American Express and you just basically are selling the experience, really sell the experience. Stuff equals value. Now notice within this thing, they have the little fake passport thing, showing that my passport would go here. Now, immediately within my mind, I'm having these visions of me being at the airport. I'm like pacing, like putting myself in this future reality, pacing myself to where I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, I could totally see myself on my first class private jet with my black card, whipping out my mellow calf, you know, thing, showing them my passport, which if I were going to Australia would immediately be taken from me and I would be locked in a little room and questioned. That happens every time I go down there. Australian people call somebody for me. I don't know what the deal is. So anyway, thing number 8 zillion, right? Thing number 8 zillion and 1 up here. Now, it says lift here, right here. You can't really see that, but it says in this nice little black embossed stuff. We lift up in here. We set this aside. There's nothing in this, but still. And then we pull out the fancy stick letter of benefits. And essentially, this is like a catalog of stuff. Like you look at this, you got your black card, you're really feeling like somebody now, and now they're telling you all this high-end stuff that you can participate in. And the experience that it gives you is like, okay, I've finally arrived. You know, I've got the black card. I can finally participate in any of this stuff. Well, you know, I want to tell you something. These are just like hotels and airlines and yacht companies that American Express does business with and recommends. It's not like if you call them on the phone and they say, yes, we'd love to have you as our customer, assuming you have a black card. Hell no. So you've already arrived, you know, but it's, the whole experience is tied in to say, well, I have all of this, the ability to do all of this, because I have paid my, $5,000 initiation fee. Well, let's just say it's $5,000. I think it is. I can't remember. My $5,000 initiation fee and $2,500 a year to have this card. All right. So that is really what's justifying the expense. So take a look at all this stuff. All this sent to me in this beautiful packaging justifies the $5,000 expense and the $2,500 a month annual thing, and of course my ability to lord it over John Reese, who I don't even think he's got his yet. So I'm still winning, John. Granted, you have a Lamborghini and a movie theater in your house, whatever. I've got the ocean, so hey. But anyway, see, so perception is reality, right? In the end, it's a stupid credit card. Okay, I didn't get anything else. I got a credit card. I got the ability to sign my name on a piece of paper. I could get the exact same functionality out of the free credit card that the bank gives me. Okay, they practically beg me to take. They'll give me a toaster if I get it. Instead, chose this thing, paid $5,000 for it, got the experience. All right, so I want you to think about how you can apply this to your marketing. A way that I do it in business is to differentiate myself experientially, if that's a word. If you think about like the seminars that I give, my seminars are typically at an upscale place, usually a modern and hip type of place, like the Hard Rock Hotel, for example. I've done 3 of my own seminars there. Actually, every seminar, it was just me, has been held at the Hard Rock Hotel in some state, right? Most recently, California, as of the time I'm filming this. We do things like blare rock and roll music at these events, right? People put on Viking helmets. We have all kinds of crazy stuff going on to disguise the fact that you're really at an internet marketing seminar, right? So it feels like an experience, like you're really part of something. Remember, perception is reality. If you make people feel like they're at a rock concert or something, then in their minds they're at a rock concert, right? And if that's what they want, then you're providing that to them and you're giving them great value in the process. So I wanted to share this with you. It's a very, very important lesson on buying behavior. People buy experience. That's what we buy. We buy experience. We do not buy with logic. We buy with, am I going to be cooler than John Reese? Is the girl at the checkout counter going to think that I'm a stud because I've got the black card? None of them have yet to think I'm a stud, by the way. But if I ever try to give you my black card, if you would pretend to be impressed, I'd really appreciate it. It would justify my expense here. So use what I showed you, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, see you later. I'm going to go put some charges on my card now. All right, titanium, it's a weapon. Don't take this on a plane. Maybe that's why they're stopping me in Australia. Who knows? Okay, see you later.